Not going to blow up our city, and they're not going to inflict any type of terror in our country. I think that's the strong message we sent.
The Boston Marathon bomber sentenced to die for the 2013 terror attack. Many calling this verdict an eye for an eye. A federal jury sentencing Johar Tsarnaev to the death penalty instead of life in prison without parole. The 21-year-old was convicted last month of the bombing that killed 3 people and injured hundreds of others. Several days after the attack, police cornered Tsarnaev and his older brother Tamerlan, who was killed in a shootout with officers. This verdict comes exactly 2 years, 1 month after the attack, and for the victims, including a local woman, a chance to finally move on.
I'm glad that it's over.
Lisa Lasky of the town of Tonawanda says she is able now to look forward after hearing the man involved in the Boston Marathon bombing will be put to death.
I'm happy with the decision. I think it was the right decision. There was no remorse. They had no regard for life.
Lasky may be miles away from the court proceedings in Boston, but she was among the crowd 2 years ago, waiting to see her niece cross the finish line when, out of the blue,
I had a ruptured eardrum, minor burns, and a lot of bruising from my lower half from getting hit with debris.
Lasky has since recovered from her physical injuries, but the mental anguish of being the victim of a terror attack lasted much longer.
It was just a constant, thinking about it. Things would remind you, loud noises, loud crowds, fireworks. The smell of fireworks was the worst.
Now feeling less anxious and sleeping better, Lasky is at peace with the tragedy, even returning to the marathon this year to watch a friend cross the finish line.
I went back to the race this year for the first time, and it was amazing. Like it should have been that day. April 15th, 2013 should have been like that. And I was glad that I actually got to finish it this year.
And tonight, Lasky says she hopes the lethal injection is carried out soon. But the reality is Tsarnaev's death will likely be put on hold for years during the appeals process. Keith.